You remember some of the first Mansfields you met over here?
Yeah, Keith and Ricky. So Keith and Ricky were some of the first Mansfields, and they were asking me how much did I pay for like 9 ounces, how much I pay for half a bird. And when I told them, they was like, oh, that's better than what they was doing. So I started introducing them to the people I was getting it from, and we started going half. And you know, where I was coming up with 9 ounces and they coming up with 9 ounces, now we splitting half a keys together. Red was out here and he would work the streets all day and all night. So me and Red became tight, and I started trusting Red, like, all right, I'm gonna leave you an ounce, I'm gonna leave you 2 ounces. And then Red like, all right, I'm gonna buy 2. I said, all right, you buy 2, I'm gonna leave you with 2, you know, stuff like that. And then when I went to Vegas, I knew Red had to come with me. So Red, Mancini, Zigzag was from neighborhood, 11-5. Shit, it was a gang of folks. Matter of fact, Taco from Ballin, his sister lived down the street. And my first son was because I was on this block all night and connected with her. But it was a lot of stuff. It was a lot of people. It was Inglewood families. I brought the Blackstones over here, man. Crazy Eyes from the Jungles, and Lil TS, Dirty Turk came over. T-Ball was my guy. He was out here with me all day, every night until he went to jail. So yeah, this block, shit, I bought a Cadillac off this block. A lowrider, front and back, side to side. And I was balling computer love on this block. In 1984, the prices had just dropped. The prices had dropped from like a whole bird used to be like 32, 34,000. It had dropped to like maybe 24, about 24,000, anywhere between 24 and 28 for a whole bird. So we were probably getting a half a bird for about 15 or 16, somewhere around there.
And when you get that half a bird, is it already rocked up?
Hell nah, it's all powder. Now we gotta put the whoop on it. And back then I didn't know what the whoop was, so whenever I would rock it up, I would lose a certain amount of grams because I didn't know how to rock and put the stuff on it back then. So, but it was still worthwhile. It was still on this block right here. If I hung out and everybody else hung out, I could probably make about $1,800 to $2,000 just rock for rock. And then if I'm selling half ounces and ounces to the guys on the block too, so I'm still gonna make my money. So I'd leave here with about 4,000 to 5,000 on a good night. When I put the whoop on it, it was all about baking soda. I would dry cook it. So what I used to do is wet cook with a beaker, and I would rock up gram for gram. And you know, but when I put the whoop on it, then I would add like maybe about maybe 6-7 ounces to every key of baking soda, and dry cook it, just heating it up, just cooking it like cake mixer. Instead of it taking about maybe 10 minutes, now it's taking about 2 hours. It's hot, in the kitchen taking the shirt off and making sure that shit don't break, having a real beaker or having a real the Pyrex glass or whatever. I started selling dope like 1983, but I didn't master the whoop game until like 1991. That's when I got good at that. So just imagine how much money I could have made 83, 84, 85. I went to jail and prison in 86, so you know, I could have made a lot of money.
So your first big case that you ever caught was actually in Nevada, huh?
Yeah, that was, it was a Fed case. They were trying to give me 55 years. And right before we went to trial, the feds dropped it, and I took 5 years in the state. So on this block right here, the police kept hitting us. I had put a whole bunch of dope in my mouth one day. And I was at Terry house. I was about to cut it up, Taco's sister from Villain. I'm about to cut it up, right? Her mama was gone. And the police chased Mancini into the house. So as he ran into the bathroom, I'm coming out the kitchen like, who is that? You know, and I see the police. And when I see him, I put all this dope in my mouth. I was about to swallow about at least an ounce, rocked up, right? I was about to throw it in my mouth and swallow. I probably would have died, right? Because I don't use drugs. I don't smoke weed or drink or nothing. So the police dude, he immediately kicked me in my stomach so he can get the evidence. And I, you know, coughed it up, and that's why I didn't swallow it. But I went to jail, and this one didn't know me. These officers didn't know me, and I used a bunk name. So the bail bondsman in Inglewood, we all used to use one bail bondsman, Taylor Billingsley bail bondsman, right? So the bail bondsman, when he saw the name and he saw my hair all wild and all that, he told the dudes in Inglewood. He said, man, I think Skipp over there smoking. So the dudes from Inglewood Village came to get me and said, man, come to Vegas with us. We need you to run this. We need you to run this program we got. Because they had just moved to Las Vegas. So I took my team from over here with me and went to Vegas.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Like and comment below to give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related videos to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description, and thanks for watching StreetTV.net.